Hey guys, thank you so much for listening. And I'm super excited because we just hit 2,000 views or downloads or plays or whatever you want to call it on the podcast. So thank you so much for listening. And I'm excited for this month. We're at 645 plays and about halfway to where I wanted to be for this month, which was 1,200 plays. So thank you guys so much for listening and reaching out to me. I had someone reach out to me just today. It's just saying, hey, your last episode that I did was super awesome. So I appreciate that. You can reach out to me at _CodyDean_. Now, I want to talk to you guys about why it's so important for you to become a coach. Okay. Two things that you need to do is get a coach and be a coach. If you can follow someone and have someone follow you, then it'll change your life. So what happened to me was I love sales. I'm learning a ton about selling online right now. Everything I've done up to this point has been face-to-face, doing door-to-door sales, and then doing over the phone and telemarketing. And so I'm really good at that. And so what's interesting is, those industries are kind of dying. Door-to-door industry, over the phone sales, it's getting harder and harder. And there's those apps and whatnot that block telephone numbers if you're calling them from an auto dialer and that kind of stuff. And so this industry is on the way down. But what's interesting is the industry that I work for doing phone sales is we sell supplements over the phone. The customers we call have already purchased through an online sales funnel. And I've been at this company now for about 2 years, and I'm like, just opening up my eyes thinking, oh my gosh, why don't I have sales funnels? Why don't I have products that I am selling online to people that are completely automated, that I do not have to be there? And so about 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago, a year ago now, I bought into ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is a landing page software where you can build sales funnels. And I was just going through the motions this last year of, I'm going to make some videos and sell it as a course. And, I need to write a book and start selling that. And every single funnel that I built, I got a little bit better and I got better and I got better. But 8 months, 9 months, I wasn't really moving very fast. Now, this last month or two, I got a coach, and his name's Steve, if you're wondering. His name's Steve. That sounds like a made up name, kind of like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Steve. Anyway, I got a coach, and he told me, you gotta get a coach and be a coach. And so I was like, oh man, even if it's for free, guys, you don't have to charge, okay? Even if it's for free, you just go out and you help other people that are less on the journey to success, or who have already journeyed, who are not as far in the journey as you are, right? It's not like they're less than you, right? But they're less in the journey than you. What you do is you go out. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the paint here because I want to talk about that here in a second. Is you go and you coach other people that are not as far in the journey, and sometimes I went and coached this one person for free, and they're like, I'm like, okay, so you're doing what I'm already doing, or you should be doing, and you already know what I am telling you to do. But it was interesting. It was kind of like a kick in the pants. Anyway. So I got a coach, and in this last couple of months, my progression and my knowledge and my skill set has exponentially improved because of that main reason of going and finding people, helping them for free. And honestly, I should be giving these people money because it's like, wow, I learned so much. Okay. For this example, the person I was talking with recently, I put together, they have this contract that they sell to people. They don't have really any front end offers or anything. And they have this thing that they want to sell to people, and it's all face to face, and it's all like very rudimentary. They have to sell people like one-on-one. And I'm like, man, why don't you do a webinar? Now, I've never done a webinar before, but I came across as like, yeah, you should do a webinar, my friend. Webinars are awesome. Let me tell you about a webinar. And you could automate this entire process. And then you could just see their like mind blowing. And I was talking to them about business and sales and how you need to get sales first and then build a business. Some people try to do the opposite way, and they don't get very far. And you can just see their mind just blowing. And at the same time, I was like trying to put on this facade, like, yes, I know what I'm doing here, guys. My mind was blowing too. I was like, this is actually going to work, my friends. And so I built them this thing. I built them this sales funnel, and I used Paint here, and to draw it out for them exactly what it would look like. And I was like, hey, so right now you're having people opt in on your website so that way you can call them and try to close them. And I was like, that's good, and you definitely want to keep doing that, but why not have them opt in and go and watch a video, or they can opt in for a free training on a webinar. And at the end of the webinar, you sell them your product. It's exactly the same thing you're doing in real life, but guess what? You can drive 1,000 people to the video. You can drive 1,000 people to the video, and you don't have to do 1,000 different presentations. And they were like, and my mind was like, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to build you a webinar funnel, my friends. And they're like, okay, do that. So I build them this webinar. I've always built just like very linear funnels of just like, hey, here's this free product. Just pay shipping. Like on my books and stuff, like my Goal Creation Journal, and my other book, Love, Lift, Liberate. I'm like, hey, here's this book. It's free. Just cover the shipping. And then there's upsells. And it's like, hey, and that's what I have. The front page is free plus shipping. Oh, and here's an order bump. You can add this to the order for $30. Okay. Oh, before you go, how about you add in this free this course? It's only $100. It's normally $200. Okay. They click yes, and then they go to the next page, and they click yes or no, and then they get their stuff. But I've never done a webinar, and I was like, man, for me personally, I was like, man, I need to build a webinar. I've been having these thoughts of what exactly I'm going to do a webinar on and a training on. And it was all coming together, and I built this webinar in like an hour for these people. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been letting this obstacle prevent me from moving forward. And because I didn't really want to go and attack it, and I wasn't really quite sure what I was going to be doing or how it was going to be working or how it would all work. And because I was forced to build a webinar for this other person, even though it was for free, I built it for him. I found out how to do it. I found out the ins and the outs and how to build a webinar. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, and so cool thing is, so like I was saying, with the webinar, they sign up for free and they get a free training on how to make, for these people, they were social media. And so they give some training on how to do their social media better for small businesses. Oh, and then there's this package you can buy if you want us to do it, or you can do it by yourself. And it's really simple, really easy. And then, so I went out and built that, and I was like, boom, okay. And then I had this idea today. I was like, what is the biggest struggle that people have when they're in sales? They want to make more money, right? And they want to make more money. They like sales because they can make a lot of money, but they don't like sales. Why? Because they're working for somebody else. They're making someone else rich, and someone else is controlling what they're going through, and someone else controlling everything. Their pay, their commissions, their time off, if they're in their seat or not, all these things, because these are the challenges that I see with the people that I work with. And I was like, you know what if I could teach people how to sell, but then also how to sell themselves out of a job? I could teach them how to quit their job, how to create a new opportunity, how to sell themselves out of a job in 100 days or less. What would that take? I was like, oh, how would I do that? How would I do that if it was me? And so I started putting together this plan, step 1, step 2, step 3. And now I have a webinar. Now I have a webinar. So I need to go build it. I need to go and create the slides for it and create everything for it. But it's going to be in the works, and it's going to be awesome. I just know it's going to be awesome. Okay, so it's going to go right along the lines of, so basically there's 3 levels of funnels that you want to do. First level is SLO, or search, or self-liquidating, meaning you get in a customer, it pays for itself. You pay for ads, the customer pays for the product, you go and buy more ads, that kind of stuff. Second level is going to be all those people then go to the webinar, boom, and it's a higher ticket. It's usually a higher ticket. So I'm going to be putting that together. How to quit your job, how to sell yourself out of a job. I like that. How to sell yourself out of a job in 100 days or less. So, excuse me, that's what I'm building. That's what I'm working on right now. You guys are going to be the first to know about it. So once it's live, I will let you know. You can go sign up for it. It's going to be all automated. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And who knows, maybe I will be out of a job. Ow. Just hurt my toe. We'll leave that in there. But in 100 days or less, sell yourself out of a job. So anyway, you guys are awesome. Remember, be great so you can create your freedom, and do that by coaching other people. That's the key here that I want to tell you. It's like I would never have learned this had I not coached other people. So go create your freedom.